All right, happy Monday, guys. For today's Outside the Box, we got our workout for time, 60 calories, 4 burpees, 30 hang power cleans, 15 thrusters. So this style of workout here, we're trying to get a little bit faster on each movement as we progress throughout the workout. The 60 calories or the burpees, we're gonna go a little slower at that aerobic pace, kind of find where we're comfortable, but we can still maintain a good pace. Then with those 30 hang power cleans, we're upping that pace, going a little bit faster. You can almost think of this as going at 80 or 85% of your max speed. Then those 15 thrusters at the end, you're trying to hammer them all out. If needed, you might need to break depending on what kind of weights you have. For the 15 thrusters, if you don't have a barbell or anything, find something where you can do your thrusters again with both arms, so you're holding either onto a ball or some a paint can or anything that you can find with some weight on it for those thrusters. Hang power cleans, you guys can alternate between those two if you don't have a barbell to actually try them out with. And again, 60 calories. If you don't have those rower or a salt bike, go for those burpees today. For time today, again, trying to go as fast as you can at the end, slow pace at the beginning, sprint off at the end there. Once you're done the WOD, you gotta get afterburner, kind of like a second workout here. 3 sets, unbroken, of 30 to 60 seconds of that hollow hold. Again, up to you which range you wanna pick. Find something that's challenging for you, that will challenge your core and your positioning, but you can also keep it unbroken. Then we're going for 20 single arm ground to overhead on one side, then 20 on the opposite side. So you guys can do a snatch, clean and jerk. We'll show you guys some variations later on in the videos. We'll see you guys next for the warm-up.
Okay guys, for our warm-up today, we are starting off with some alternating Deadbug leg and arm raises. So we're doing this for a minute and we're gonna do 2 rounds of this. So we're gonna start off on our backs here in that Deadbug. So head and neck relaxed, arms are gonna be up in the air, and then I'm gonna bring my feet up. I'm gonna try to keep my legs straight if I can, arms straight, and then I'm gonna alternate. As my right leg goes down, my left arm goes overhead. Never go too low where you start to overarch that back. You want that low back pressed into the floor the whole time. So we're again just switching from one side to the other. Notice how I'm doing this slow and controlled. I always find controlling this movement to be more beneficial, especially since we're just warming up that core. You're gonna do that for a minute, take a little break, and then you're gonna go for another minute. After you're done that, you're gonna go for 3 rounds, starting off with some bent over rows. There is a little adjustment than the normal bent over row because we're doing this from the deadlift position. So normally when we do bent over rows, we would have our object and we keep our legs relatively straight, maybe not fully locked out, but we'll keep them relatively straight. From here, we actually want to be in the deadlift position. So my shoulders are going to be just a little bit ahead of the object, my shins are going to be straight in the air, and of course my back is going to be flat. Notice how my head and neck is neutral, so I'm not looking straight, I'm looking in a neutral position, lengthening the top of my head, the crown of my head all the way down to the bottom of my spine. And I'm just gonna squeeze those shoulder blades, pull my object in, and then back down. We're going for a set of 10 of those. Of course, I'm keeping my elbows tucked in tight to my body, and I'm trying to engage those upper back muscles at the top by squeezing them together. Once we're done that, we're gonna go for 8 tempo deadlifts. So for our tempo today, we don't actually have a time that we want you counting it out. We just want you guys going slow on the way down. So we're getting to that bottom of that deadlift position, head and neck neutral, push with the heels, open the hip. We're gonna squeeze that butt, rib cage down, and then on the way down, nice and slow, we're gonna hinge at that hip, pushing it back. When your hands get about to knee position, we're gonna lower the rest of that movement with the legs. So remember, we're not just lifting with the legs, but we're lowering with the legs. You can stand up at a normal speed, go a little quicker. On the way down, we're really slowing it down. Once you're done 8 of those, you're gonna go for 6 hang muscle cleans per arm. So in the hang muscle clean, we're gonna start off by standing with our dumbbell. We're gonna push that hip back just like we did in a deadlift, but this time I am looking straight. My back and chest is a little bit taller. I'm gonna think of squeezing my butt, driving my elbow up, and then catching my dumbbell on the shoulder. So again, hips go back, push my elbow up, catch it on the shoulder. Notice I'm not catching it in a dip position for now. We're just warming up with the muscle clean. You can do all 6 on one side, or you can alternate if you like. We're doing 3 rounds of that. We'll see you for the workout next.
Where did you position your rope for your burpees? Then from there, you're going to go into your burpees. So 3 to 5 burpees, finding that rhythm of what the speed is going to be. Are you stepping into it? Are you jumping up for it? Play around with it. What works for you? Okay?
Those 9 hang power cleans. So again, you guys can use that same weight. If you're going single arm, let's go 9 per side. Or if you have a barbell, just go 9 total as prescribed. For those hang power cleans, guys, we're gonna bend over at the hips, kind of like that bent over row position. From here, we're gonna drive through the legs nice and hard. As we drive through the legs nice and hard, pull through the elbow. We're gonna land in that front rack position. So that front rack position, elbows tall, hips are back. Then we're gonna stand it up from there before we start our next rep. So nice hard drive, elbow through, hips back, and then stand it up. Make sure, guys, it's common. We're going to be kind of wanting to let our knees kind of go forward and catch with those femurs. We want to push the hips back as we catch it. Try to use just one object for those thrusters. So we're going to hold that in the front rack position. We're going to come down, again, nice and controlled, just like that smooth deadlift. Coming down with control on the way up. Be explosive with the hips and drive that object straight overhead. Make sure, again, that squat on the way down, we're staying tall with those elbows, making sure they don't drop at the bottom. Alright, we're here for the afterburner. 3 unbroken sets of 30 to 60 seconds of the hollow hold, and then 20 and 20 single arm ground to overhead. So, good little superset here, guys. We're gonna go we're gonna start talking about those hollow holds first. So, as mentioned, there's plenty of options you guys can use today instead of going for that full position or progressions that you can get up there. So I like to start off from that seated position, legs straight out. I'm going to think about first pulling in my rib cage so I can feel that my abs are getting tight. Then squeeze my legs together, and then keeping that tension, I'm going to rock back until I'm kind of just resting on that lower back, the top of my butt area. Once I'm there, that's my hollow position. So my rib cage is in, my feet are off the ground, in a nice kind of curved position here. From here, you guys can keep your arms by your sides. If you find it difficult with your legs straight, you can also bend your knees in, but make sure you're not losing that tension in your trunk, so pull that rib cage in. If you are comfortable legs straight, you can stay here and then start getting your hands overhead. Just make sure, guys, you're really trying to make kind of like a banana shape with your body and keep it even throughout. Make sure there's no bends in the knees or bends in that back. You want to keep it nice and smooth throughout. 30, 60 seconds, guys. Challenge yourself here. If you find that 60 seconds is challenging, today is the day to try to attack that weakness. So see if you can do all 3 sets unbroken. It's okay if you break, as long as you're trying to push towards that goal of trying to get it unbroken. 30 to 60 seconds. Once you're done that, guys, we're going to go into that ground to overhead, 20 per side. So this is more of a breathing, and also I'd say for the grip, depending on what weight you use today, or even what object you use. So I'm going to use a dumbbell today. One thing that I would first think about, since it's a grip style movement, try to get that hook grip in. So for that hook grip, guys, if you have a dumbbell, this would be great to use for it. It might be a little bit harder with a kettlebell, so see what you can do. If you have another object that has the same diameter, you can try this. But hook grip, guys, helps you maintain control of that weight without it moving around too much in your hand. If it moves around, it's gonna make that grip a lot harder. So see if you can combat that with your hook grip. So hook grip, guys, thumb is gonna go kind of perpendicular to your body, or to your hand, I mean. And then you're gonna wrap those 2 fingers over top of that thumb. If you have the mobility, you can go more. Usually it's 2 fingers or that 1 finger. This will help it from not rolling up away from your hand and hold on to that kettlebell better, or that dumbbell better. So from here, guys, round to overhead, you guys can snatch or you can do clean and jerk. I'm gonna go over the clean and jerk variation. So start from the floor here, chest up nice and tall. We're gonna clean that weight up to that shoulder height. Elbows gonna be up, hips are gonna be back. From here, you can stand it up and then dip and drive that weight up. So notice I did a jerk there. You guys can do a push press as well as an option for that clean and jerk. So again, from the floor back just up tall, you clean it up, set, dip, and jerk it up, or again, push press it up. You're gonna do 20 reps on one side, then you're gonna pass over to the opposite hand, do 20 on the opposite hand. See if you can challenge yourself. You see, snatches are easy for you, try clean and jerks. They'll be more broken up, but it will challenge more your grip since there's going to be more stopping points of that weight. So see if you guys can try that as well today. 20 per side there, guys, and then again, remember, you want to keep it unbroken every single time. Enjoy the afterburner, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for the next workout.